Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Cobra Infantry from the G.I. Joe Classified series. So this is kind of your basic Cobra Trooper. Would be great to army build them if you could find them anywhere. Originally he was part of the Cobra Island Target exclusive subline for this series, and then they kind of tweaked the color scheme and design ever so slightly. But I think it's mostly just color scheme, honestly, and then put it out in the normal line. I had one pre-order on Hasbro Pulse, and then in an effort to get at least two, I also bought this one on Amazon, and the Amazon one was fulfilled long before the Hasbro Pulse one, is pretty much is the case at this point with Hasbro Pulse. They usually come through in the end, but it takes them a while to get their own toys. I don't get it. In any case, here's the packaging. Pretty cool. I like the artwork over here for the Cobra Trooper. Artwork on the side, also pretty neat. Over here, not really sure what's going on over here. Boot. Ammo, fist, gears? I don't know. He's number 24. On the back here we have this kind of cool mural picture that they have on the back of all these packages. So pretty cool. I'm still looking for Firefly and the Trooper over here. I'm blanking. The Viper, that's his name, the Viper. Also part of that Target exclusive line. Can't find him anywhere, so I don't know. Hopefully they'll also get normal line releases because I really like the design of the Viper. I always have, so I'm hoping that we eventually get that in a easily available opportunity. In any case, let's go ahead, let's get this guy out of the box. Let's take a closer look. He looks fantastic. They really did a great job. I mean, just all the texturing and the color scheme and everything. He really looks good. Love the Cobra symbol there on the chest. I love the weapon storage. I love weapon storage on figures like this. He's got a knife up here that sits in there. He's got a gun here in this holster. He's got a second holster here on the back. This rifle in his hand, if I take this out, has a peg on the side, so you can peg it in here to the back for storage. Now he's even got another one over here. You can use either one if you want to do like an angle or something, whatever you like. He has a hole up here, which I'm assuming is just kind of standard, like if he had a backpack or something. You could technically peg this in up here, although it looks rather goofy. But technically you can. I kind of like this look so that it's kind of at an angle over the shoulder, something like that. But really cool. And then you just pop these little guns out. He's got, like I said, one holster on the front, one holster on the back, and it just pops into the hand. And he's got trigger fingers so they can fit right into the trigger spot on the gun. Works really well, looks really great. It's just a dynamite figure. Really well done. Now, the helmet is kind of a separate piece, and I thought it was going to fall off pretty easily, but it actually sits on there pretty snug, and it's not going anywhere, so I appreciate that. But I also kind of like the look of him without it. I'm not gonna lie. He kind of looks like a more serious character. I don't know. Pretty cool. And even just taking a look at the face sculpt, I mean, the eyes are painted pretty well. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. There you go. But yeah, he looks good. He really does look good. Cobra symbol there on the chest. Now this is all one kind of solid piece, this vest. I don't know if it's removable. I guess technically it could be, like if you popped the arms off, you could slide it over his head, I would assume, but why would you want to? He needs so he can store all of his guns. But it's a really solid looking figure. I really like the look of him. I'm hoping my second one comes through on Hasbro Pulse, because I definitely would not mind having a couple of these guys. Really sharp. Articulation wise, head has 2 points of articulation, so there's actually movement at the base of the neck and also at the base of the skull. I'm going to take the helmet off temporarily so you can see this. So if I get in a little bit closer here, you can see that the head does move at the base of the neck and then also at the base of the skull. And you can see that there's a hinge in there. So you should be able to move this. It's kind of difficult to move the hinge at the base of the skull without just moving it at the base of the neck. But you can certainly spin the head at the base of the skull, no problem. Either way, there's a ton of movement there and it all works. You have a hinge here in the shoulder, as well as a rotation. You have a butterfly joint, and unfortunately mine are kind of a little loose, as you're noticing there. Especially the hinge on this one is kind of loose. It's not a big deal because he'll still hold poses. It's not like he's drooping. but it just kind of almost feels like, not like it's going to break, but it just, I don't know. Honestly, I guess looser joints might be a godsend just because it's easier to actually get posability out of the figure. So I don't know. You have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. You have the swivel and hinge in the wrist. This is pretty typical for these kind of figures. You have rotation there in the torso. You can also kind of do side to side. I don't know if he has a separate ab crunch. It's kind of hard to tell. I think he does. Yeah, you can kind of see. I think he has an ab crunch underneath the vest. It's just kind of hard to access. And then he's got nice ball joint movement there in the hip. Then you have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot cuff swivel there. And then you have tilt and rocker in the ankle. So if you're familiar with Marvel Legends or Star Wars Black Series or any of those kinds of figures, it's just another outing from Hasbro. Same kind of articulation. But it works. It really does work. I really like this figure quite a bit. I'm going to put his helmet back on. Definitely looking forward to getting a couple more. I love the weapon storage. It's such a simple thing, but I absolutely love it. But honestly, there's not really much to complain about with this guy. He looks solid. The design, the color scheme, all the detail, the articulation, the paint, the accessories, the weapon storage. The only thing I can complain about this guy is how hard it is to get one. That's it. Everything else about him is pretty fantastic. He's honestly one of my favorites from the whole classified line so far. I'm not going to lie. He's the basic trooper, and he's one of my favorites. Absolutely. They crushed it. I have nothing really to complain about this guy. He's pretty wonderful. So if you can find one or a couple, I recommend picking a couple up. You know, army build a little bit. He's a really great figure. I absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.